Willie D Live.
What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to give some shots out to the early birds. What's up, J-Mo? North Carolina is in the house. Capital Bay, what up? Sacktown. I see Vic FM. Willie Marshall. What's up, Ohio? Willie Marshall. Hey, man, hell of a name, Willie. Hell of a name. Hell of a name. What it do? What's up, Eric Edmonds? Be more checking in. My name is Carrie. Demetrius Mays. Yo, Christina. What's up, Christina Morrell? Andre Harrison. What's up? All right, fam, going in. Put a pic of Diddy up. This is Diddy from back in the Gap. This is Diddy college days, allegedly. There are reports coming from the Rolling Stone investigation where former college students are claiming that the alleged violence toward women by Diddy dates all the way back to his time at Howard University as a student in the late 1980s, well before he became a hip-hop mogul and beat on his girlfriend Cassie in a video. They told a horrifying story of when Diddy attacked his girlfriend outside of the school dorm, outside of her dorm. And classmates and friends, they claimed that all they could do was just watch in horror. So they said Diddy allegedly screamed in a belligerent manner for the young woman to come outside and began hitting her with what appeared to be a belt when she emerged, according to one eyewitness. She was trying to defend herself a little bit, the eyewitness says. She was crying and we were telling him, get off of her. We were screaming for her. The woman at the center of the alleged attack declined to speak with Rolling Stone. When reached for comment, Diddy did not specifically address the new allegation. Mr. Combs cannot comment on settled litigation, will not comment on pending litigation, and cannot address every allegation picked up by the press from any source, no matter how unreliable, his lawyer Jonathan Davis tells Rolling Stone. We are aware that the proper authorities are conducting a thorough investigation and therefore have confidence any important issues will be addressed in the proper forum, where the rules distinguished facts from fiction. The previously unreported incident was part of a 6-month Rolling Stone investigation into the Bad Boy Entertainment founder. The career-spanning article, published Tuesday, and including interviews with more than 50 people also uncovered new details of alleged physical aggression inside Bad Boy's offices and claims that Diddy sexually harassed a business associate at a party he threw to celebrate his 2001 acquittal in a nightclub shooting. The new claim bolsters the public allegations made against Diddy in the 6 sex assault lawsuits filed by 5 women and 1 man after R&B singer Cassandra Cassie Ventura stepped forward with her bombshell sex trafficking lawsuit last November. Several people who spoke to Rolling Stone described Diddy as a serial predator who used his fame, fortune, industry status, and reputation as a fun-loving party host to hide a volatile temper and disturbing narcissistic behavior for decades. While many were shocked by the claims made against Diddy, some of which were corroborated by surveillance footage obtained by CNN that shows Diddy beating Ventura in a Los Angeles hotel in 2016, several women who attended Howard with Diddy says they had seen signs of a controlling and abusive personality even before the mogul's career began. Diddy arrived at Howard University in the fall of 1987 and quickly earned a reputation for throwing legendary rowdy parties. While some alums remember Diddy for his once-in-a-lifetime bashes and over-the-top flamboyant personality, others recall fits of rage, acts of unwanted touching, and public violence. The night Diddy allegedly turned up to the school's historic Harriet Tubman quadrum, what is this called? Whatever. Okay, whatever the name of that dorm is. I think it's quadrangle dorm, and began screaming for his girlfriend to come outside. Other women in the dorm began running through the halls, knocking on doors in a panic. Former classmates tell Rolling Stone they were sounding the alarm that Diddy, known by his nickname Puff, was attacking the young woman outside, one classmate recalls. Puff is out here acting crazy. He's beating her, the fellow student said, according to the classmate. He screamed and hollered and acted a stone fool until she came downstairs, another Howard student who witnessed the attacks tells Rolling Stone. She says Diddy used what appeared to be a belt to strike the woman all over the place. Speaking on the condition of anonymity due to the sensitive nature of the incident, the witness says Diddy appeared super angry and was screaming at the top of his lungs. She said he whooped her butt, like really whooped her butt. A third source also recalled the alleged assault to Rolling Stone. And check this out, fam. One of the former students said that Diddy would oftentimes come to his girlfriend's class and knock on the window, indicating for her to ditch class. And it became so bad, it was so annoying that people hated to see his face. They hated because they knew it was coming. And the woman that was his girlfriend at the time was terrified of him. Diddy. Wow. Anybody still find this a little shocking, hard to believe? Anybody find it hard to believe? Yeah, they say Diddy would tense up when that girl would be in the classroom and he'd tap on the window for her to ditch her lesson. And she would just tense up every time he'd come around. He just had a weird control thing going on, according to the witness. Another classmate says that she kept as far as possible away from Diddy because after he caressed her back without warning and asked if she was willing to meet one of his friends, she was like, dude's kind of weird. Another former student remembers Diddy flying off the handle and yelling at her simply because she questioned him cutting a cafeteria line. Diddy's alleged violence toward women was a pattern that followed him throughout his life, according to 2 lawsuits and sources. Former Bad Boy President Kurt Burrows said he once saw Diddy attack a woman inside a Bad Boy's office in 1994. He and another employee tells Rolling Stone that they had to tear Diddy off the woman after hearing screams and the sound of shattering glass. Felicia Newman, the first manager of Bad Boy's recording studio, Daddy's House, says she once held Diddy back when he was about to beat this girl's ass after a fight broke out between 2 women over Christopher Wallace, aka Notorious B.I.G. I'm holding him by the wrist. I'm saying to him, you need to calm down. This is not your fight. Diddy's relationship with longtime partner Kim Porter, who died of pneumonia in 2018, was tumultuous, according to 2 sources who claim Diddy physically abused her. I remember Kim used to go through a lot of stuff, former Bad Boy rapper Mark Curry tells Rolling Stone. If you live around them, you got to see the toxic relationship. I think every relationship he may have had that I experienced around him was like that. Diddy's future is still uncertain as federal investigations loom after Homeland Security agents raided his homes in Los Angeles and Miami back in March. Some people who knew Diddy at Howard have long suspected his legacy would end in disgrace. None of this was really a surprise to me, says one of the Howard alums who had knowledge of Diddy's attacks on a classmate. You're already an abuser. You were already feeling you had to have certain power over people. Another says Diddy must now face accountability. It's time. None of this is really a surprise to the people who were closest to Diddy. This is a common thing that people are saying. Damn near everybody who say they had a relationship with Diddy, knew Diddy in some capacity, say they are not surprised. They knew this day would come. Some say they thought the day would never come, but they are glad to see it's here. What say you, fam? Going to the comments. Hey, Remikers, you got to fight Puff like a pit bull because ain't no damn way I'm folding up. Now that's Miss Tate. Hey, Remiker says, Bill Cosby went through this, now Diddy has to endure this racism. Say, fam, let me tell you something. If Diddy hadn't put himself in this position, he wouldn't have to be dealing with the racism. At least not in this capacity. If you live in America, you're going to deal with racism, but not in this regard, right? This is a situation that he brought on himself. Person can be racist all they want, but if they ain't got, and they can try to or want you locked up all they want, but if they ain't got nothing on you, they ain't got nothing on you. Now, like I say, fam, is racism playing a part in this entire story? Absolutely. It's America. Anytime you're dealing with the judicial system, racism is always going to play a part. Always. It don't matter who you are. It's a racist country. But Diddy did this to himself. He put himself in the line of fire. He put himself in the line of fire. There are traps out there already that they set. Diddy didn't have to walk into any traps that they set. He set his own traps. He missed their traps and set his own trap. Now, how long you think you're going to be able to be putting your hands on women and not having to deal with the consequences? I get it. Yes, the prosecution, I do believe that they're being overzealous because it is a black man and they love taking black men down. But if a black man give them an excuse, they already got their reason. Give them an excuse and you dead wood. He gave him an excuse. In fact, he gave him many excuses. So I got to call a strike and a ball, fam. Absolutely, racism is playing a role in this. But racism didn't make Diddy beat on them women. Racism didn't make him run down the hall butt naked with a towel on and snatch Cassie by the head and slam her down on the ground and kick her a couple of times and throw a vase at her. Racism didn't make him pull out a belt at that school and start swinging on that woman, swinging on his girlfriend, or attack the woman in the office, assuming that we can believe what Mark Curry is saying. Racism didn't do that. He did that to himself, and thereby putting himself in the crosshairs of this racist ass system. As black men, we pretty much, black people, we got to be the most law-abiding citizens in this country because they got all the traps waiting on us. They looking forward to putting us in prison. They made the prisons for us. They defunded the schools well before we started talking about defunding the police. They knew what they was doing. That was strategic. That wasn't happenstance. That was by design. They took out the vocational courses. They know everybody ain't going to college. So just in case you don't get to college and you're not that ambitious, we're going to make sure that when you find yourself in a desperate situation and you can't get a job or whatever, you're going to jump out there and do something stupid. And we're going to be right there waiting on you. That's why we're building these prisons. They purposely took out the vocational courses so that black people could not be self-sufficient and independent, so that they could rely on the government assistance, be it a job or welfare or some other form of relief, fake relief. So they already got it in for us. If we do something, our punishment, we're going to be judged a lot more severely. We're going to be sentenced more severely. So we got to make sure we stay out of the crosshairs. We got to get out of the way. We can't give them we can't give them the excuse. They already got their reason. It ain't going. So when you start talking about crime and punishment, it ain't never going to be fair. It ain't never going to be equal. It ain't never going to be that way. And you ain't going to be able to crime your way into it being that way. Best thing to do is stay out of their damn way. Get out the way. Let somebody else have it. Because you're going to be judged a different way. You're going to be handled differently. They look forward to that. It's a lot of them that work within the judicial system. It's a lot of them that work in law enforcement. They can't stand to see black folks having something. I mean, it eats them alive to see black people having something. And you better not have some money or a nice car, a nice home, and have some balls, stand on business, have some bravery about yourself, some honor, some dignity. You know what they call a black person with class and dignity, honor, a little money? They call them uppity. You never hear that word applied to anyone but blacks. They call them uppity because they don't feel that you deserve it. They think you should be happy just being free. Just be free. You're just mad. Hey, you shouldn't have a voice. You shouldn't complain about government. I can disrespect the president. I can threaten the president's life, but you can't. You're black. You can't be talking about justice, and you can't be calling out our leaders. You're black. You're just here to work and pay taxes and serve. That's it. You help us pay these taxes. That's what you do. Look, fam, I think we should form a committee, and that committee should be to determine whether or not black folks have to continue paying taxes. I believe that black folks shouldn't have to pay taxes at all. That should be a law passed where black people should not, no black person in this country should have to pay taxes or pay for school, college, none of that. None of that. That's for starters, and that ain't complete reparations. We're going to need that check. That's right, I said it. I want a check. And I don't want to hear nothing about, well, you ain't going to do nothing but blow it. It's mine. I do what I want to do with it. My ancestors worked for it. I do what I want to do with it. Just like when anybody else in the world inherits some money, inherits something from the work of their ancestors. Just like when any other descendants. It's mine, I do what I want to do with it. Ain't like you care. It ain't like you really want me to take it and do something good with it. That's the irony. They like to talk that about how, well, if we give them money, they ain't gonna do nothing but blow it. When they really want us to blow it, if we do get it, that's what they want us to do. And if they do win, and if, ain't no if, reparations is going to happen someday. I promise you that. When it does happen, the ones who vote for reparations, they're going to be the main ones voting to make sure they get some of that money back. They never, ever, ever do anything in this country for Black people where they can't get some of that money for themselves or some of that relief for themselves. Never. And the relief always come with loopholes and gotchas. Yeah, it's always a loophole. It's always a gotcha. It's always an ulterior motive. Usually that ulterior motive is to hurt us in some kind of way. Every single time they say they got relief for Black folks, I mean, every time. Others end up getting more relief than Black folks. And that relief, whatever that relief look like, typically ends up hurting Black folks more than it helps Black folks. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Don't make me start reeling off these examples. Don't make me start naming, because I can be here all day. If Diddy didn't put his hands on those women, he wouldn't have to worry about racism in regards to these cases, these allegations. See, at first it was just allegations. Now with that video, there's a smoking gun. There's proof that he's capable of being a savage. He's capable of going upside women's heads. Not just hitting them, but stomping them, beating on them, kicking them, whipping them with belts. Antoinette says, Black Lives Matter, LOL. What's funny about that? Explain to me. I ain't gonna judge you right now. I just need to understand where you're coming from when you laugh about that. Antoinette, explain yourself right quick. Black Lives Matter. Let me see. Black Lives Matter, LOL. What's funny about that? Is that Sheila? Shella Buford? Shella Buford? Miss Jazzy is in the building, y'all. What's up, Miss Jazzy? Okay, yeah, that's why you don't jump to conclusion. Because I thought that black on black was one of those slights. You know how people be like, when somebody black do something to somebody black or they harm somebody black, somebody will say, well, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, right. Ha, 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 whatever. And so I say to that, yeah, Black lives do matter. What's understood ain't got to be said. Black lives matter. To some black people, it don't. To most black people, it do. For some people, some black people, their own life don't matter. That's why they take their life for granted on a daily basis. They take their freedom for granted on a daily basis. Their life don't matter. If you're around somebody who that live a reckless life and they put their They put their body on the line. I mean, and they do it all the time. You don't want to be around that person, because a person don't care about themselves. They damn sure ain't gonna care about you. QB, what up? She speaks. Patricia Pearson. What's up, Brandon Nuance? Bughorse DC. Al Wayne, what up? Lyric, what it do, Lyric? Okay, fam. Okay, fam, I think that's my time. All right, well, look. Boy, that Pandora box is huge. And the rabbit hole is long. Man. When you got that many cases pending against you, that much, and you got the feds on your head, you got the feds going to a grand jury. What do y'all think, fam? Do y'all think? Do you think that it's not going to happen? Thumbs down if you think that Diddy will never get indicted. Thumbs up if you say, yeah, man, I think they got him. Drop a comment, fam. Let's see. Let's see where y'all at. The trip part about it is that the story has a new twist every single day. Faye's Will, up. Patricia, up. Tracy, up. Mike, up. Coretta, up. OB, up. She Speaks, up. Epic, down. Angie, up. Tyree, up. Earl, up. Tamara, up. Bughorse, up. GT, up. Burrow, up. GT, up. Killer B, up. Fetty, up. Broski, up. EMC, up. Pauline, up. Oh, damn. Lee, up. Killer B, up. Still tripping, down. All right. So, the majority of y'all think that an indictment is looming. Let's see, said the blind man. That's my time, fam. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Make sure you go over to Willie D Live Conversations on YouTube to check out the interviews. No more